On a night meant for fun and fantasy, a true nightmare began. A young woman vanished from a Halloween party, leaving a trail that would take months to unravel. This is the haunting story of Chelsea Bruck, a vibrant life extinguished far too soon, whose disappearance and murder shocked an entire community. October 25, 2014. In the small town of Newport, Michigan, a vibrant Halloween bash was set to take place at a remote farmhouse. Among the hundreds gathered was 22-year-old Chelsea Bruck, a young woman known for her infectious smile, adventurous spirit, and creativity. That night, she donned a stunning costume as Poison Ivy, complete with ivy leaves entwined in her hair and a handmade green skirt that showcased her artistic flair. Chelsea arrived with friends, excited to celebrate Halloween. She had always loved this time of year, the costumes, the laughter, the thrill of the spooky season. For Chelsea, Halloween was more than just a holiday. It was an opportunity to express herself and enjoy life with those she cherished. Friends recalled her love for the season, saying she often spent weeks planning her costumes and decorating her home. The party was alive with energy, music thumping, laughter echoing, and costumes of all kinds filling the room. Chelsea mingled with friends, dancing and sharing stories. The drinks flowed freely, and the atmosphere was electric. But as the night wore on, the mood began to shift. As the clock approached midnight, the crowd grew larger and the noise louder, making it increasingly easy to lose track of someone. We were all having a great time, and then, suddenly, we noticed Chelsea was gone. At first, we thought nothing of it. Maybe she went to the bathroom or found another group of friends. But as the hours passed, concern turned into panic. Chelsea had not returned, and her friends began searching the house and surrounding areas. They called out her name, hoping for a response, but silence was all that greeted them. When the party finally ended, Chelsea's friends had no choice but to leave without her. They hoped she had made other arrangements. Maybe she had left with someone else or found a ride home. But as the sun rose the next morning, the reality of her absence became even more alarming. Chelsea's friends began to feel a deep sense of dread. Her friends returned to the farmhouse, searching every corner, hoping to find Chelsea sleeping off the night's festivities. But her belongings, her purse, her phone, were left behind. Panic set in, and a search began that would soon capture national attention. The local news quickly picked up the story. Headlines flashed across screens. Young woman missing after Halloween party. The search for Chelsea Bruck was massive, fueled by fear and desperation. Volunteers, family, and law enforcement joined forces, scouring fields, forests, and surrounding areas. Chelsea's family was devastated. Her mother, in particular, was heartbroken, expressing her fears about what might have happened. "I just want to know where she is," she pleaded, her voice breaking with emotion. Each day that passed without news felt like an eternity. Friends and family were left to grapple with the uncertainty of Chelsea's fate. The community rallied together, refusing to give up on the young woman whose smile had touched so many lives. Flyers with Chelsea's picture and a plea for information were posted everywhere. On telephone poles in stores, on social media. Social media quickly became a tool for spreading the word, with hashtags like #FindChelseaBruck going viral. The hashtag created a ripple effect, encouraging people to share and keep Chelsea's name in the spotlight. Search parties combed through fields and wooded areas, while police conducted interviews with partygoers. They sought any leads that could point them in the right direction. But despite the relentless efforts, Chelsea's whereabouts remained a mystery. The days turned into weeks, and the hope of finding her alive began to fade. As the search continued, vigils were held in Chelsea's honor. Friends and family gathered to share memories, lighting candles and praying for her safe return. Each flickering flame represented a glimmer of hope, a wish for a miracle. Then, in April 2015, a crucial discovery was made. Chelsea's Poison Ivy costume was found in an abandoned industrial area, miles from the party. The grim find reignited the investigation and brought with it a chilling sense of foreboding. The discovery shocked everyone involved, transforming the search from one of hope to one of dread. Investigators quickly moved to the area to collect evidence. The costume was pivotal. The forensic team gathered every piece of evidence they could find, hoping it would lead them to Chelsea, or at least provide clues about what transpired that fateful night. The costume bore signs of having been disturbed, and investigators knew they were on the brink of uncovering something significant. When Chelsea's family learned of the discovery, their worst fears were confirmed. The costume was a haunting reminder of the daughter, sister, and friend they believed they had lost forever. The family's heartbreak deepened, but they also felt a renewed sense of determination. They wanted to find the truth, no matter where it led. Not long after the costume was found, Chelsea's remains were discovered in a wooded area nearby. The cause of death was determined to be blunt force trauma. The joyous daughter, sister, and friend was gone forever, leaving behind a community in shock and mourning. The news of Chelsea's death spread quickly, and the community was left devastated. The focus now shifted to finding Chelsea's killer. DNA evidence from her costume pointed to Daniel Clay, a local man with a troubled past and a history of violence. Authorities wasted no time in tracking him down. His background included several run-ins with law enforcement, and he was known to have a reputation for aggression. Daniel Clay was no stranger to law enforcement. With a history of violent behavior and a troubled background, he quickly became the prime suspect in Chelsea's murder. Authorities moved swiftly to apprehend him, hoping to piece together the events of that fateful night. Clay was apprehended in May 2015, and the investigation took a dramatic turn as more details began to emerge. During the investigation, police discovered that Clay had been seen with Chelsea at the party. Witnesses reported seeing them interact, raising questions about the nature of their encounter. Some partygoers recalled seeing Chelsea and Daniel together, appearing to be in conversation. However, no one could have predicted the tragic turn their night would take. The trial that followed would reveal a chilling account of that night. Prosecutors laid out the horrifying details of Chelsea's final hours, painting a picture of a violent encounter fueled by alcohol and aggression. The courtroom was filled with emotion as Chelsea's family and friends listened intently, hoping for answers. Clay's defense team argued that Chelsea's death was accidental and that there was no malicious intent. However, the evidence presented by the prosecution painted a different picture. Forensic experts testified about the DNA found on Chelsea's costume, linking Clay directly to the crime. The prosecution also presented evidence of Clay's aggressive behavior in the past, reinforcing the notion that he was capable of such violence. He was sentenced to 45 to 70 years in prison. Justice, though delayed, was finally served for Chelsea and her grieving family. Thank you for joining us in this deep dive into the tragic case of Chelsea Bruck. If you found her story compelling, please like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth true crime stories.